This is Brennan Paris from Underworld Metal here with Panacea. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good, brother.
Fabulous.
Fantastic. Fucking great.
Just snorted a line of Cheetos.
Yeah.
Neil Peart's the best drummer ever.
He stole your fucking line, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Take that! No, home dog can have it. Home dog can have it.
Guess we'll start off with your names and musical weapons of choice.
My name is James Ashby, aka Penetron Johnson, on the bass, bottom feeder.
Wes, vocals.
They call me Dick Chrysler sometimes. I play guitar and occasionally other things.
I'm just plain Wes, play drums.
Joel Cook, I play the nunchucks and guitar.
I thought you started the song.
Okay, how long have y'all known each other?
Well,
That's a loaded question.
5 or 10 minutes, I guess.
yeah, we saw these guys on the street, and
We were up at
figured
the
they were kinda
racetrack and we were all buying beer and
Yeah.
we were like, hey, you guys want to play?
I'm actually supposed to be picking up some chips and dip.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Honestly, though, no, we met at Howard Street, and we were all buying crack, and it was, just we had instant chemistry. It was just there, and it's like, hey, do you play instruments? Why not? We could buy more crack with it. So,
You can't buy crack at fucking Howard
Right.
Street.
And we're all into, worshiping
I
Satan and
live on
smoking
Howard
crack, so
Street.
we figured why not?
Total crackheads are the fucking one-ups, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Occasionally, I like to venture out and do other things.
Like meth.
Yeah, it's a gateway.
But I've known these two guys here for, what, about 10 years now?
All my life, I want to fight about it.
Yeah, we
we grew
each
up
other's
together.
ass in band practice. It was funny. Should have been there for that one.
Me and Mr. Dick Chrysler and JPW, we grew up in the same neighborhoods pretty much, man. Just been jamming since we were 13. So, good 14 years with me and Rick, and then brought Wes and Home Joe into the equation, and we've been at it, and, really hitting it hard for the past, few years now.
And actually, oddly enough, me and this guy,
Played in the same bands.
He was in the band that I liked in high school that got me playing guitar in the first place. So I've known him since I
We
was
actually
like
knew each
14,
other
15.
for a long time, but didn't know
each other until like
personally.
8 or 9 months ago.
It's like the Spartanburg Circle of Musicians, man. Everybody's heard of everybody, or run into somebody, or recognize them vaguely.
Yeah, man, we just, we were all into the same thing. We were trying to achieve musically, the same goal, and we all had the chemistry here, and, I couldn't ask to play with a better group, So what we're kicking out now is just leaps and bounds beyond what we were doing, and, honestly, what's on the radio now just isn't cutting it, and we're just doing this to fucking have something that we want to listen to.
To please ourselves, man,
Be
first
cool,
and foremost.
We play for nobody else.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
If you want to come along, if you like it and you want to come along and join the crowd and get into the energy, that's fine. But we do it for us, Tired of hearing all the same crap and all the same bands that all sound like each other. We just do this to please ourselves.
We never have a plan, man. We
Never.
just fucking get together and jam, and that's what happens,
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell by that song that we did. I mean, that was really and honestly spur of the moment kind of. We literally wrote that in one practice and just.
Yeah, it's still a
jam.
work in progress. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It's
still.
the best way to write.
Yeah.
When people separate and send guitar parts to the drummer sends drum parts to the bass player.
That's so impersonal.
Yeah.
We're old school, man. We like to get in there, hammer it out, just, kick out the jam and see what we can come up with and mess with it until we feel like it's exactly where it needs to be, and then we're happy with it and we'll go rock it out, and hopefully everybody else enjoys it as well,
And for me, and I think the other guys will agree with me when I say this. For me, it's like it's also an homage to the influences that we all bring to the table. we all like a lot of the same things, and I've been introduced to new music from this guy and this guy. Stuff I never heard before that's influenced my playing somewhat, and to me it's an homage to that. The stuff that somehow kind of took the back burner to the crap that you're hearing now.
I've definitely started listening to a lot of different stuff since playing with these guys. I mean, I used to be just kind of one-minded when it came to things, and these guys have definitely opened my eyes to a lot of new stuff.
We'll see, it helps with substance abuse.
Yeah, lots of cocaine.
Yeah, what he
Keeps you
said,
off the
man.
cocaine.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
They take a lead band practice, and then whatever.
You know, then,
do what you got to do. But
We don't really hide any of our influences. You know what I mean? But in the same turn, we don't try to copy anything.
No, the
If
influence is
anything
there.
is deemed as copied, it's totally by accident. It's just because that's what
bleeds
comes
through.
out when we play.
Yeah,
I mean, the influence is there.
basically.
It's there. The influence is there, and we don't try to hide that at all. But we at the same time, I feel like a lot of what we do is our own idea based on those influences.
What are some of the bands that have influenced y'all?
Oh wow.
Oh, huge tool.
How many days have you got?
how long you got, buddy? Well,
How much tape you got on that thing?
Helmet, Slayer, Soundgarden,
Man, anything from 80s pop to death metal.
Rush, fucking
For me, it
Literally.
was.
ZZ Top.
Yeah.
For me, it was Rush, and Alice in Chains was a band. When they came along, they totally changed my way of thinking about music and my approach to music, and Rush as well. I discovered Rush when I was like 13 or 14, and that changed my approach to drums. Alice in Chains and Soundgarden and bands like that, Mudhoney, they approached the way that I listened to music and the way that I heard music. It made me realize that a lot of the stuff that I heard before that was bullshit.
And it's a cool blend too, man. I mean, me and Ricky are, obviously younger cats in the band, and we grew up, just missed the 80s. We heard it and stuff, but we grew up in, the grunge era where Nirvana was coming out, and just all this really cool stuff. Soundgarden, Alice in Chains.
I'd like to say I had a great DJ growing up. There he is right there. Introduce Jumbo.
That's it, the man.
Hey, give him a hand, give him a hand. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
His vinyl collection makes for some great drinking parties, I tell you what.
Absolutely.
Was any advice you could give anyone just starting in a band, what would that be?
That'd be to stop right now, because we put out the best record possible. No, actually, man, if you're just starting out in a band, dude, keep at it. Play shows. We played Battle of the Bands when we were 14. Everybody there was in their 20s, and we played it anyway. We didn't.
And don't
give
play a
shit,
style of
It's
music.
like,
Do not play a style of music just because it's popular.
Right.
Find your own
Play what's
voice.
true to you, man.
Find your own voice.
Be
you know?
selective.
Right.
with who you
Be
play
very
with.
selective.
and don't be
Just
afraid
play
to
with
get on
fucking
stage.
anybody.
either.
The best musicians I've found, musicians I know personally, and popular, famous musicians, are musical snobs. They turn their nose up at most things, but there's a very select area of, it doesn't have to be one kind of music or one genre of music, but it's very selective. And, those are the best musicians. The musicians who listen to what, they feel like speaks to them most, and not just what's constantly playing on the radio and being drilled into your head.
It's playing what you believe in and believing in what you're playing, and that's what it comes down to. And a lot of bands like that around here and around the world, we just try to stay true to what we like doing, and we do it. We throw it out there. If people like it, cool, man. If not, then we're still doing it,
We're gonna write another album that people don't like.
That's it.
And another thing, first and most importantly, have confidence in yourself. Don't let if somebody comes up to you and tells you that what they think you're doing sucks, take it with a grin and move on.
Play every
Have
note.
confidence in what you're doing.
Play every note that comes out of your fingers like it's the greatest fucking note that ever was.
Play that bitch like it owes you money. That's what I always say.
That's why
man.
we can honestly say we don't give a fuck if people like us or not.
I like to pretend
I
I'm
mean, it's great if
Rihanna's
they do, but if they
boyfriend
don't,
and the
yeah,
strings on my
fucking
guitar is
Yeah.
Rihanna.
I mean,
I've
honestly,
seen him do it. I've seen him do
I
it.
think you
That's
have
the
to
way.
surround
That's the way I
yourself
roll.
with like really good musicians.